All 8 candidates for the upcoming Dunkley by-election have been confirmed. Labor, the Liberals, the Greens, the Democrats, the Libertarians, the Victorian Socialists, the Animal Justice Party and Independent Darren Bergwith are all contesting the seat of Melbourne's outer suburbs, made vacant following the death of Labor MP Peter Murphy late last year. Heath McKenzie is running for the Australian Democrats. He spoke to 6 News about why he's put his hand up.
There is that comment around, oh, okay, they're back or they're still around. Interestingly, I've had a few discussions with people in the last few days since it's been public that I'm running, and it's actually been quite positive, the response I've had. It's quite uncommon for a political party to put a smile on people's face, but when I tell them I'm running for the Australian Democrats, oh, I like the Democrat. It's been quite warming to see. I guess from my point of view, as I said, there was a good bit of alignment there, and obviously in the modern day political landscape, we're seeing a lot of fringe parties pop up. There's a lot of heated debate, and people are being pushed a long way to either side. So what I like about the Australian Democrats is they're a really good, moderate, rational voice. They're all about evidence-informed policy, and just this may sound strange, but it's kind of poignant at the moment. It's nice to have a party that's just got some normal people. We're really just we're in the middle there, and we're just fighting for a bit of action on things that most people agree on. It's nothing radical. It's just, let's just get things done properly, a bit of accountability in government. And I think that's really refreshing, in that, as I say, there's so much heat out there, and there's so many people getting angry and being pushed further one side or the other. I just find it refreshing that there's someone representing the majority of voices out there.
Obviously, cost of living is a huge issue. How are you planning to address that? What policies are you bringing forward that actually makes you and the Democrats stand out, given that it seems every candidate that I've seen put their hand up for Dunkley already has also been promoting their own cost of living messages?
Yeah, it is a massive one in certain parts of Dunkley, and we feel that, we hear that. There's a number of factors to it. So the cost of living, I mean, if you look at housing affordability, that's a massive issue. So we'd like to see a lot more supply, whether that's government housing or just some way of bringing a bit more affordable housing supply. That's a really hard one to address. The Victorian government's obviously got some great plans to bring in some housing, but they're just too slow. It's just happening too slowly. So we really want to see an acceleration of that. The government's probably going to have to get involved there and accelerate their own plans with some affordable housing. I'd love to see some action on the big supermarkets. We've seen in recent days with the ACCC bringing out a report into price gouging. Certainly the farmers that I deal with through work are really feeling it, because they're not getting the appropriate price for their goods. And at the other end of it, I think consumers are just paying more and more, and the supermarkets' profits are going through the roof. We're okay with companies making profits, but under the circumstances, it's probably a good idea for them to cool their jets a little bit and give us a little bit of relief. I mean, we don't have the budget of the big guys, but one thing that's great, I've got a really good support network around me in my suburb of Seaford and the broader Dunkley electorate. So I've already got a great team of volunteers. This is very much a community campaign. I've got a great deal of people that are here to help. It's been really well received that I'm running, and there's a great deal of enthusiasm around that. So we've got plenty of help, and obviously plenty of votes that come with that as well. So I'm really excited about that aspect. And when you talk about the majors, that wheeling out Peter Dutton and Albo coming through, that's not always a good thing. I think that the major parties, in particular their leaders, there's a great deal of apathy, or even a little bit of frustration about what's happening in the political landscape at the moment. So when you wheel those guys out, that may be seen as a positive for by the candidates, but for a lot of people, that's really not what they want to see. They've seen these guys let us down time and time again. So just having them there it's not always a positive.